Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to kick off this session on mastering Microsoft Teams communication and collaboration. Today, we'll explore best practices for making your teamwork more effective, secure, and organized in modern workplaces. Over the next few slides, we'll cover key tips, strategies, and tools to help you get the most out of Teams. So let's get started. Welcome to our session on Teams communication best practices. Today, we'll focus on mastering Microsoft Teams for effective communication and collaboration. We'll explore key compliance and decision tools that can help you create a secure and organized environment. Specifically, we'll look at how to structure channels and manage external users to improve both organization and security. We'll also discuss various collaboration methods that can optimize your teamwork within Teams. Throughout this session, our goal is to identify the best practices for choosing the right communication methods, ensuring your conversations are clear, secure, and efficient. Ultimately, effective communication in Teams is vital for productive collaboration in today's modern workplace. By the end of this, you'll have practical insights to enhance your team's environment and foster better teamwork. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the collaboration methods available in Microsoft Teams. First up are chats. Think of chats as your go-to for quick, informal conversations, whether it's one-on-one or a small group. They're perfect for sharing instant updates or asking quick questions without the need for a formal meeting. Next, we have channels. These are more organized spaces within a team that focus on specific topics or projects. You can have standard channels open to everyone, private channels for more sensitive discussions, or shared channels that include external partners. Channels help keep discussions focused and make it easier to find relevant information later. Finally, there's the concept of Teams itself. Think of a team as a structured workspace where groups with common goals come together. It's where you can organize conversations, share files, and coordinate work in a centralized environment. Together, these methods, chats, channels, and teams, create a flexible yet organized way to communicate and collaborate effectively within your organization. Let's take a closer look at the Teams and channels structure. One of the key strengths of Microsoft Teams is how it allows us to collaborate with both internal and external users. The great thing is that users don't have to be added to the entire team to participate. Instead, we can create shared channels, which are restricted to a subset of team members. These are perfect for confidential discussions or sensitive projects because only the relevant people have access. Now, private channels are another option. These are open only to selected team members and are ideal when you need to keep certain conversations or information limited to a specific group. On the other hand, standard channels, like the default general channel, are open to all team members and are great for broad collaboration and information sharing within the entire team. So overall, this structure helps us organize our communication effectively, making sure the right people have access to the right discussions, whether they're open, private, or shared with a specific group. It really ties into the overall theme of mastering how we communicate and collaborate efficiently within Microsoft Teams. Now, let's talk about the role of chats in Teams communication. Reserve channels for ongoing, topic-based collaboration. That's where the main discussions happen around specific projects or topics. Think of channels as your dedicated spaces for structured conversations. Chats, on the other hand, complement channels by offering a more flexible communication option. They're great for quick, informal exchanges that don't necessarily need to be part of a larger conversation. Use chats for those spontaneous, ad hoc messages. Chats are especially useful for informal communication, providing a private space separate from the channels. For example, one chats allow for direct conversations between two people, perfect for quick questions or clarifications. And group chats enable small, private groups to focus on specific topics without creating a full team or channel. Overall, chats give you that quick, informal, and private way to communicate, adding flexibility to your collaboration toolkit. Let's explore how Microsoft Teams can feel like your office in the cloud. To help you navigate Teams intuitively, we use familiar workplace analogies. Imagine chats as informal hallway conversations, quick, spontaneous chats with colleagues. Channels, on the other hand, are like dedicated rooms or meeting spaces where focused discussions happen. Think of Teams as your entire virtual office, mapped out in the cloud. Each team can represent a different floor or department, making it easier to organize and find the right group. These analogies are designed to make your digital collaboration as natural as walking through your physical office. By understanding these parallels, you'll master communication and collaboration in teams more effortlessly. Let's talk about understanding your tenant and team's access. Proper management of access is crucial because it helps ensure your data stays secure while allowing smooth collaboration across your organization. Now, when it comes to external users, they usually have limited access. This is typically managed through guest invitations or shared channel invitations, which give them just enough access to get their work done without exposing everything. Permissions play a key role here. They control what users can see and do within your teams and channels. Think of permissions as the gatekeepers, making sure everyone only has access to what they need. Access points are also important. They're the entry points that control who can enter your tenant and your teams. These are the gateways, if you will, that you can manage to maintain control over your environment. And speaking of your environment, your Microsoft 365 tenant is basically the overarching space that hosts all your teams and related services. It's the foundation that keeps everything organized and secure. So by understanding and managing these aspects, external access, permissions, access points, and your tenant, you can create a secure, efficient, and collaborative workspace for everyone involved. When it comes to managing external users in teams, it's all about finding the right balance between collaboration and security. We want to enable external partners to work with us effectively, but at the same time, we need to protect our organizational data. That's why external users often have chat-only access or limited functionality, which helps keep sensitive information safe while still allowing for meaningful collaboration. Shared channels are a great feature here. They allow us to work seamlessly with external collaborators without the need to add them as full members of our entire team. This way, we can collaborate more efficiently on specific projects or topics. Guests can participate in both standard and private channels, but they need to be invited to join those channels specifically. It's a controlled way to include external partners without giving them access to everything. And of course, external guests can collaborate within teams, but with some restrictions in place. These limits help us maintain security while still enabling us to work together effectively. Overall, it's about creating a secure environment that promotes collaboration without compromising our organization's security. Now, let's take a closer look at this guest access illustration. This slide highlights how our layered access model works to keep things secure and relevant for guests. Essentially, it ensures that guests only see the content they need to, which helps minimize the risk of oversharing sensitive information. At the core, we have what we call the layered access model. This model differentiates between shared channels and private channels. Shared channels are accessible depending on specific permissions, so not everyone may have access to all shared content. Private channels, on the other hand, are much more restricted. They're only accessible if access is explicitly granted to the guest. For example, when a guest user enters Team 1, they will see the general channel. This channel is open to all team members and guests, making it a common space for everyone to communicate. But beyond that, access to other shared or private channels depends on the permissions set by the team owner. This layered approach is key because it balances collaboration with security. It allows guests to participate where appropriate, without exposing the entire team's information. It's a smart way to manage access, ensuring everyone sees only what they need to see. Now, let's talk about private channel access for guests. This is a key part of mastering Microsoft Teams communication and collaboration. Private channels are designed to protect sensitive discussions, ensuring that only the right people see the information, while still allowing effective collaboration. One important feature is that these private channels inherit sensitivity labels from their parent team, which helps us stay compliant with our organization's policies. Guests must be explicitly added to these private channels, so there's a clear control over who has access. This means you can invite external partners or specific team members without exposing the entire team. The membership in private channels is restricted, so only invited members, including guests, can view and participate. This setup helps us maintain a secure environment, balancing collaboration with necessary protections. Overall, private channels give us the flexibility to work closely with a select group, while keeping sensitive information safe and compliant with our security standards. Now, let's talk about shared channels and how they enhance our collaboration capabilities. Shared channels give us much more granular control over who has access, which helps us avoid the oversharing issues that sometimes come with traditional guest access methods. This means we can share specific information with external partners without giving them full access to the entire team. To enable this kind of external collaboration, we need to set up B2B Direct Connect in Azure Active Directory. This configuration is crucial because it ensures that external participants can access the apps and resources within the shared channel seamlessly, all while keeping our security intact. And the best part? Shared channels allow us to work across organizational boundaries easily. We can invite users from other companies directly into a shared space without adding them to the whole team. This makes cross-organizational collaboration much more flexible and efficient, aligning perfectly with our goal of streamlined, secure communication. Let's talk about managing channel creation and access in Microsoft Teams. First, it's really important to have clear role definitions. When roles are well defined, it helps prevent unauthorized changes and keeps the structure of your teams organized and stable. This way, everyone knows their responsibilities and what they're allowed to do. Now, for shared channels, coordinating between admins and owners is key. They work together to create these channels and manage their membership. Without this collaboration, shared channels can become chaotic or misused. Members, on the other hand, generally have limited permissions. They usually can't create or delete channels, which helps maintain control and security within the team. Most of the channel management power lies with team owners and admins. Team owners have the ability to create and manage channels within their own teams. They're responsible for organizing the channels and making sure everything runs smoothly within their scope. At a higher level, Teams admins oversee the organization's overall channel structure. They control the creation of both standard and private channels across the entire organization, ensuring consistency and adherence to policies. Understanding these roles and responsibilities is crucial for effective communication and collaboration. When everyone knows their part, managing channels becomes much more streamlined and secure. Now, let's take a closer look at team management responsibilities within Microsoft Teams. As a team member, you can participate in conversations and access content shared within the team. This means you're actively involved in discussions and can view files and resources, which keeps everyone on the same page. However, your capabilities are limited. You cannot change the team structure itself, like adding or removing channels or altering the overall setup. On the other hand, team owners have broader responsibilities. They can create, edit, and delete teams and channels, giving them control over how the team is organized and structured. They can also add new members to the team and manage various settings to tailor the environment to the team's needs. Understanding the distinction between team members and team owners is key to effective collaboration. It ensures that everyone knows their role. Members focus on participating and accessing content, while owners handle the setup and management. This division helps maintain a smooth, organized, and secure teamwork experience. Now, let's talk about managing external collaboration in Azure AD, specifically focusing on mastering Microsoft Teams communication and collaboration. First, by using Entra ID P1 licenses, you can enable app access for external users in shared channels. This really helps to enhance cross-company teamwork, making it easier for different organizations to work together seamlessly. Next, setting inbound and outbound policies per organization is crucial. These policies allow you to control the data flow, ensuring that sensitive information is protected while still enabling collaboration. Moving on, configuring shared channels is another key aspect. You can set these channels to allow access to all or just specific external organizations, which gives you flexibility in how you manage and control collaboration. Finally, Azure AD plays a vital role here by enabling secure B2B collaboration. It allows external organizations to work together smoothly, securely, and efficiently. All of these features come together to support a secure, controlled, and effective approach to external collaboration within your Microsoft Teams environment. Now, let's look at the decision matrix for channel types in Microsoft Teams. This slide helps us understand how to choose the right channel based on our needs. First, consider the membership scope, who should be able to join and participate. Then, think about external access. Do we want to enable collaboration with people outside our organization? And finally, content sensitivity. How confidential or sensitive is the information we'll be discussing? When it comes to key considerations, enabling collaboration with external users is crucial if we need to work with clients or partners. Allowing interaction with other teams without requiring full membership can help us stay flexible while maintaining control. Shared channels are great when we want to restrict membership, making them ideal for sensitive or focused discussions where access needs to be controlled carefully. Private channels, on the other hand, are open only to specific team members and are suitable for confidential topics. Standard channels are the most open. They include all team members and are perfect for broad topics that everyone needs to access. By understanding these distinctions, we can align our communication channels with our overall collaboration goals, ensuring efficiency, security, and clarity across our team's environment. Let's talk about user permission management in Microsoft Teams. As you can see, shared channel external users have tailored permissions. This means we can set specific access levels to strike the right balance between collaboration and security. For example, external users, like partners or clients, might only have read or contribution rights, ensuring they can participate without gaining full control. These are what we call guest access restrictions, and they help us keep sensitive information safe. Now, moving on to members, these are our internal team members. They can take part in conversations and contribute content, but their management rights are limited, so they can't make major changes to the team structure. And then we have owners. They hold the highest level of permissions. They can create, edit, or delete channels and manage membership easily. This hierarchy ensures that everyone has appropriate control based on their role, which is crucial for maintaining both effective collaboration and security across our organization. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding and managing these permissions effectively helps us foster a secure and productive environment in Microsoft Teams. Let's take a closer look at the security and compliance aspects of Microsoft Teams. As organizations, we need to be aware of the risks that come with working with external partners and make sure we enforce the right policies to mitigate those risks. External partner risks can include things like data leakage or unauthorized access, so it's crucial to have controls in place. That's where compliance features come in. For example, we have container-level sensitivity labels, which help us classify and protect data based on its sensitivity. Data loss prevention tools are also essential. They help us prevent accidental sharing of sensitive information. Additionally, e-discovery features allow us to quickly locate and manage relevant data for legal or compliance reasons. Moving on to granular controls, Teams offers detailed settings for internal users, applications, and traffic flows. This means we can tailor permissions and access based on specific needs, enhancing our security posture. However, we also face certain risks, especially around foreign Entra IDs. Limited control over these IDs can blur the boundaries between tenants, which potentially increases the risk of data loss or unauthorized access. It's important to understand these risks and implement measures to manage them effectively. Overall, mastering these security and compliance controls is vital for safeguarding our collaboration environment while enabling productive teamwork. Now, let's take a closer look at granular access controls. These are essential for mastering Microsoft Teams communication and collaboration. One of the key points here is how inbound and outbound traffic controls work. They help limit data exposure by controlling the flow of information in and out of your environment. This way, you can maintain a strong security stance without hindering the ability to collaborate effectively. Moving on, traffic control mechanisms include features like restricting or enabling app access based on the channel type. This gives you the flexibility to allow certain apps in specific contexts, while blocking others where necessary. It's all about tailoring your controls to fit your organization's needs. Next, let's talk about app access restrictions. By setting these, you can determine which apps are available within your teams and channels, adding another layer of security and control. Then, we have user roles and permissions. These define what each member can do within teams and channels. Properly configuring roles helps ensure that users only have the access they need, reducing the risk of accidental or intentional data leaks. Finally, tenant-level policies come into play. These are overarching rules that govern who can create new teams and channels across the entire organization. By managing these policies effectively, you maintain control over the overall structure and security of your Microsoft Teams environment. All these controls work together to create a secure, efficient collaboration space, one that supports your organization's goals while safeguarding sensitive information. Now, let's take a look at sensitivity labels for channels. Proper use of these labels is crucial to ensure we stay compliant with our organizational policies. They help us manage data protection effectively across teams. One important thing to keep in mind is that labels assigned to private channels cannot be changed directly in SharePoint without causing some inconsistencies that the team's client might not reflect properly. This can sometimes lead to confusion, so it's something to watch out for. Moving on to shared channels. Initially, they inherit labels from their parent team. However, be aware that if you make changes on the parent site, those updates don't always automatically propagate to the shared channel. It's a common myth that label changes are always synced, but that's not always the case. For private channels, they inherit labels from their parent team, and these labels are also applied to the related SharePoint sites. This inheritance helps maintain consistent data protection, but again, it's important to understand where and how these labels are carried over. Overall, understanding how sensitivity labels work across different types of channels helps us better manage our data security and compliance. It's a key part of mastering communication and collaboration within Microsoft Teams. Now, let's explore some key insights into organizational collaboration. On this slide, we're focusing on mastering Microsoft Teams communication and collaboration. These insights are crucial because they enable us to make data-driven decisions that can really enhance our workplace culture and boost productivity. First, by identifying process inefficiencies, we can pinpoint where workflows might be slowing down or causing frustration. Similarly, recognizing communication gaps helps ensure everyone stays informed and connected. Next, analyzing meeting effectiveness and collaboration patterns allows us to understand how our teams are working together, are meetings productive, are collaboration tools being used efficiently. These insights guide us to optimize our teamwork. Finally, tracking employee well-being is essential. Monitoring engagement levels and signs of burnout helps us create a healthier, more sustainable work environment. Overall, these insights are about turning data into actionable strategies, improving how we work together, supporting our team members, and fostering a more productive workplace. Viva Insights Overview. Mastering Microsoft Teams communication and collaboration. On this slide, I want to highlight how using Viva Insights can actually promote healthier, more effective teamwork. It's all about supporting transparency and enabling timely decision-making across different levels of the organization. By providing clear insights, teams can make better decisions faster, which is crucial for staying agile and aligned. We also focus on identifying organizational risks, such as burnout or ineffective meetings, early on. This way, we can address issues before they become bigger problems and help maintain a healthy work environment. Viva Insights measures things like manager connection time and how employees collaborate outside of regular work hours. These metrics give us a real picture of work patterns and help us support work-life balance. Finally, Viva Insights leverages data from Teams and Outlook to deliver actionable analytics. This means managers and teams can actually use these insights to make informed adjustments and improvements. Altogether, these features tie back to our overall goal, empowering better communication and collaboration through data-driven insights. Let's talk about some communication best practices to really master Microsoft Teams. First, promoting consistent guidelines for posting and tagging is key. When everyone uses the same approach, it helps others find information easily and reduces unnecessary noise in the channels. Next, regularly reviewing and cleaning up unused folders and files keeps teams organized and running smoothly. It's all about maintaining an efficient workspace so nothing gets lost or cluttered. Now, when it comes to sharing information, it's important to strike a balance between transparency and privacy. Use private and shared channels thoughtfully to respect privacy while still promoting openness where appropriate. For focused collaboration, choosing the right method makes a big difference. Use chats for quick, informal exchanges and reserve channels for in-depth, topic-based discussions. This helps keep conversations relevant and organized. Finally, clear and descriptive names for teams and channels set proper expectations from the start. When everyone understands what each space is for, it makes collaboration much more effective. All these practices tie back to our overall goal, creating a seamless, efficient, and respectful communication environment within teams. When deciding which collaboration method to use, it's important to consider the privacy needs of your project or team. Think about the scope of collaboration and how your existing team structures are set up. This helps you choose the most appropriate approach. Using decision trees can be very helpful. They guide you through enabling collaboration across different teams or organizations while preventing oversharing. For example, you might avoid adding members to the entire team if only a subset needs access, which keeps sensitive information protected. Shared channels are great for sensitive or focused work. They allow you to restrict collaboration to just a subset of team members, which is perfect when you want to keep things targeted. Private channels, on the other hand, are best suited for open collaboration when you want to involve the entire team on broader topics or projects. They give you a space for open discussion while still maintaining some level of privacy. Standard channels are ideal for quick, informal communication. When collaboration is limited and you need fast, straightforward exchanges, these channels work perfectly. And don't forget about one-on-one or small group chats. They're perfect for more personal, direct conversations or small team collaborations. Overall, choosing the right method depends on your privacy needs, the scope of your work, and your team's structure. Making the right choice helps keep your collaboration efficient and secure. Let's talk about some best practices for creating and nomming teams in Microsoft Teams. First, always check if a team already exists before creating a new one. This helps us avoid duplicates, which can cause confusion and clutter. It's a simple step but really important for keeping things organized. Next, it's a good idea to set collaboration guidelines up front. Announcing these early on helps everyone understand how to communicate and who should be part of each team, setting clear expectations from the start. Using tags is another useful tip. Tags make it easier to search for teams or categorize them within the organization, saving time and improving navigation. When describing a team, be as detailed as possible. Explain the team's purpose and scope clearly so everyone knows what it's about. This avoids misunderstandings and helps new members get up to speed quickly. And finally, choose clear and concise team names. The names should reflect the topic, project, or department they represent, making it obvious at a glance what the team is for. By following these practices, we can make our team's environment more efficient and user-friendly for everyone. Let's talk about the importance of announcing channel creation and usage guidelines. When we clearly communicate how channels should be used, we help ensure proper adoption across the team. These guidelines are key to making sure everyone uses channels effectively and consistently, which supports smooth collaboration. Now, a crucial part of this is announcing our channel guidelines. It's important to name channels clearly and provide descriptions that explain their purpose. Effective naming helps team members quickly understand what each channel is about and how it should be used. We also have shared channels, which are great for collaborating with external partners or other teams. These shared channels enable interaction without giving full team membership access, allowing for seamless external collaboration while maintaining control. For sensitive discussions or smaller groups, private channels are the way to go. They help limit access, ensuring privacy for confidential topics or exclusive teamwork. On the other hand, standard channels are ideal for broad access and open collaboration. They're perfect for general team discussions, updates, and fostering transparency. Finally, organizing channels thoughtfully is essential. Creating channels based on specific topics, projects, or functions helps keep things focused and makes collaboration more efficient. When we structure channels effectively, it supports better teamwork and clearer communication overall. Now, let's talk about using moderation features to manage conversations effectively. This is crucial because it helps maintain focus within the channel, ensuring discussions stay relevant and productive. When you enable moderation, you can control who can start new conversations or post messages, which helps prevent clutter and off-topic chatter. Next, each standard channel has a dedicated SharePoint site. This is where all your files are stored and managed. Having a centralized location for files makes collaboration smoother because everyone knows where to find the documents they need, and it simplifies version control. Standard channels also support various apps, bots, and scheduled meetings. These tools are designed to boost collaboration by automating tasks, providing quick access to information, and helping the team stay organized. When used effectively, they can significantly enhance how your team works together. It's important to remember that standard channels inherit the full membership of the team. That means everyone who is part of the team automatically has access to those channels, which keeps everyone informed and engaged without extra steps. Finally, think of standard channels as the main space for team collaboration. They are ideal for topics that are relevant to everyone, like general announcements or discussions that impact the entire project. Using channels this way ensures that important information is shared widely and efficiently, supporting the overall goal of seamless collaboration. Let's take a closer look at private channels and their use cases. First, it's important to understand that private channels have their own SharePoint site collection, which is separate from the parent team's site. This separation helps in organizing and managing content more securely. Next, private channels support container-level compliance features, such as data loss prevention and e-discovery, which are essential for maintaining regulatory compliance and protecting sensitive information. Another key point is that private channels inherit sensitivity labels from the parent team, ensuring consistent data protection and compliance across your entire workspace. Membership in private channels is limited to selected individuals, which enhances privacy and security, making sure that only authorized team members have access. Finally, private channels enable restricted collaboration within a team. They are ideal for confidential discussions, sensitive projects, or when working with a subset of team members, allowing you to control who can participate and see the content. All these features together make private channels a powerful tool for managing sensitive information and maintaining secure, focused collaboration within your organization. Now, let's look at some of the key use cases for shared channels. First, when working with external collaborators, you'll need to configure a B2B Direct Connect. This setup ensures seamless and secure collaboration across organizational boundaries. Next, for maintaining compliance, shared channels can automatically inherit sensitivity labels from the parent team. This helps you uphold your organization's data protection standards without extra effort. Supporting granular access controls is also crucial. Shared channels enable you to fine-tune who can access what and integrate with apps for a more tailored collaboration experience with external participants. This is especially useful for cross-organizational projects or partnerships that require focused, controlled access, keeping sensitive information protected while fostering effective teamwork. Finally, shared channels allow direct sharing with other teams, groups, or external users without the need to add them to the entire team. This makes collaboration more flexible and efficient, breaking down traditional boundaries while maintaining control. All these features work together to enhance how we collaborate externally, securely, and with precision. When we think about managing teams in Microsoft Teams, it's helpful to adopt a familiar mindset, like managing physical spaces. Instead of thinking outside the box, I encourage you to think inside the building. This means leveraging concepts we already understand about physical office spaces to organize and navigate teams more intuitively. For example, using familiar spatial concepts helps us prevent clutter and keeps access control simple and logical. It's about creating a mental model that maps real-life office structures into teams. Think of channels as dedicated rooms or conference spaces, each focused on specific topics or projects. This way, conversations and files stay organized, just like in a real office. And teams themselves are like the entire office building, representing floors or departments. They group related work and people together, making collaboration feel natural and straightforward. By adopting this approach, managing your teams becomes much more intuitive, helping everyone find what they need quickly and work more efficiently. It's all about creating a logical, familiar framework to enhance collaboration and keep things clear. Let's talk about avoiding oversharing in your teams. One of the most effective ways to do this is by regularly auditing your team and channel memberships. This helps ensure that only the right people have access to the appropriate information. It's important to review these memberships periodically because roles and project needs can change over time. Next, educating your team owners and members about the risks of oversharing is crucial. Make sure everyone understands best practices for managing channel memberships and what information should stay within certain groups. This awareness can really help prevent unintentional data leaks. Applying sensitivity labels consistently is another key point. These labels help enforce compliance policies across your organization, making sure sensitive information is protected appropriately. Consistent use of labels means fewer mistakes and better adherence to security standards. When it comes to external collaboration, configure those settings carefully. Enable B2B Direct Connect only with trusted organizations to reduce exposure to potential risks. This way, you maintain control over who can access your shared resources. Finally, using private and shared channels is a smart strategy to limit membership and control the flow of information. By segmenting conversations and data, you can ensure that sensitive info stays within the right groups, reducing the chance of oversharing. All these steps tie back to the overall goal: creating a secure, well-managed environment where collaboration is effective but also safe. Now, let's talk about reusing existing teams and channels to make our collaboration more effective. One of the key benefits is that it improves the discoverability of collaboration spaces. When we reuse teams and channels, it's easier for everyone to find where work is happening, reducing confusion and saving time. It also promotes consistent and organized teamwork because everyone knows where to go for specific projects or discussions. Moving on, streamlining management practices is another major advantage. By reusing teams, we can use our resources more efficiently and cut down on administrative overhead. Fewer teams mean less clutter and simpler management, which helps us stay focused on the actual work. Now, to enhance collaboration efficiency, consider consolidating mini projects or customer groups within shared teams. This way, management becomes easier, and it cultivates consistent collaboration habits across different groups. Instead of creating a new team for every small project, we can reuse existing ones as baskets. Think of channels as containers for related topics or smaller projects. This approach reduces clutter and makes it easier for everyone to find relevant information. Before jumping into creating new teams or channels, always check if there are existing ones that already meet your needs. Leveraging what's already there helps us avoid duplication and confusion, keeping our collaboration spaces neat and effective. So, in essence, reusing teams and channels isn't just about saving time. It's about creating a smarter, more organized way to work together. As we wrap up, let's focus on some key takeaways to enhance your Microsoft Teams experience. First, it's important to avoid oversharing sensitive information. You can do this by applying granular access controls and sensitivity labels, which help protect your data and maintain privacy. Think of these controls as fine-tuning who gets to see what, ensuring only the right people have access. Next, consider Teams as your virtual office. Organizing your spaces logically and intuitively makes collaboration much smoother. When you set up your channels and teams thoughtfully, it becomes easier for everyone to find what they need and stay aligned. Speaking of channels, it's crucial to leverage different types appropriately: standard, private, and shared. Each serves a purpose: openness, confidentiality, or cross-organizational collaboration. Using them wisely helps balance openness with security. Naming and descriptions are also key. Clear, consistent naming conventions and detailed descriptions set proper expectations, making it easier for team members to understand the purpose of each space at a glance. Lastly, choose your collaboration methods based on the context. Consider the number of participants, privacy needs, and the scope of work. Whether it's a quick chat, a detailed document review, or a brainstorming session, selecting the right method ensures effective communication. By applying these principles, you'll maximize Teams' potential, streamline collaboration, and keep your data secure. And that brings us to the final part of our session, the Q&A and next steps. I want to thank you all for your attention and participation today. Now, as we look ahead, the key message is to start applying these best practices in your own team's environment. Doing so will really help enhance collaboration while keeping security top of mind. Stay connected with us for updates and additional resources on effective Teams communication strategies. Remember, you can download the presentation deck for future reference and further study. It's a great way to reinforce what you've learned today. If you found this session valuable, please consider rating it in the mobile app. That feedback helps us improve and tailor future content to your needs. And of course, if you have any questions or feedback, don't hesitate to share them. We're here to help clarify any points and support your success. Finally, again, thank you so much for your participation. Your engagement truly makes this session worthwhile, and I look forward to seeing how you implement these best practices in your team's environment.